My plan comes to fruition, mortal. You serve me now as a vessel of destruction. Dog's filth. You anger a powerful enemy.
Volenfell is where the famous dwarven hammer fell, yes? Mike wonders if where the hammer fell is a better name. Step on sand and burn your feet. Bury feet in sand and grit gets under the claws. Poor choices for Mike. Mike fishes wherever there is water. He finds it is far less crowded. Come back later. We can talk some more.
Those failures are your opportunities. You both shall serve me well. The plan is in place. You are but an inconvenience.
All gone. Everything and everyone. Just gone in the blink of an eye.
You saved Glenumbra? Really? I guess I'm impressed. You look like you're at loose ends. Interested in making some money? The boss hired a matchmaker named Ashtad to find a groom for his daughter, and he sent me out here to recruit someone. He says he'll pay well. He's up at our camp now. Can you help? I've been out here long enough. No, you'll help Ashtad. The boss suspended hostilities for the wedding. No one will attack you. And if you take the job, tell that matchmaker to call me in. This is no work for a certified cutthroat. Go on, through the tunnel and up the hill.
You must be here to work with that matchmaker Lug. If so, the boss says I can't touch you. Which is a shame, because some of that stuff you're wearing looks pricey.
Really, I have no interest in matrimony. Maybe our matchmaker should work on finding a bride for my father instead.
Let me be clear. I don't like you, and I don't like your smarmy friend inside the tent. Stay out of my way, lest you want me to show you the color of your guts.
Who are you? You don't look like one of the ungodly. Wait, are you here to help the matchmaker? Because that's me. Yes, well, I'm in a bind. I'm considering potential grooms for Sarvia at Wilder, but she refuses to talk to me. I have to know what she wants in a husband, or Wilder the Ungodly, who hired me, won't gather the dowry. So I need you to talk to her. Eager. Great. Once you learn what Sarvia and Wilder wants in a groom, talk to her father, Wilder the Ungodly. Tell him it's time to get the dowry where the grooms can inspect it, to see how serious we are. Now go, and be persuasive.
Don't talk to me. I have problems. Big problems. He wouldn't understand. I guess he's just not going to give up and go away. All right. I suppose I'll have to talk to you then. At least you have an honest face. So, as if I didn't know, what is it he wants? I'm not looking for a bridegroom at all. Marriage? Maluk, take it. I want to travel. See the world. Have adventures. No. You should be talking to my father, Wilder the Ungodly. This was his idea, not mine.
Are you here to help arrange my daughter's marriage? She's got her mother's spirit and her temper. So, what does Sarvia at Wilder expect in a bridegroom? Good! Then it's up to me. First, he needs to be strong, or my daughter will make a fool of him. Respectful of his elders, and wealthy, of course. Oh, and not too hard on the eyes. I don't want to get sick of looking at him. Of course, of course. A good groom deserves a good dowry. I have some gold and silks from, well-wishers. They're stored in the upper camp. Gather the goods and take them to the entrance tunnel. Ashtad wants the dowry near the entrance where prospective grooms can inspect it. I'll send a guard down with a chest. Place the dowry in it. All right, off you go.
No robbery, extortion, or drunken revelry until after the wedding. Bloody Wilder and his blasted daughter. What are we supposed to do, eh? Are we the ungodly, or ain't we? Pooh.
Don't be offended. He hates everyone.
There you are, you swindler!
still alive. Quick, get me out of here. All right, I suppose I owe you that. I'm not a matchmaker. I'm a swindler, a confidence man. This is one of my classics. I tell the Mark I'll arrange a marriage, they gather a dowry, I steal the dowry and disappear. Now, get me out of here. Because I've reformed. Now I only target those who deserve it, like these idiot bandits. I'm only taking their ill-gotten gains. Serves them right. The keys to unlock my shackles are in Wilder's tent. Get them, please?
Looking for something? A set of keys, perhaps? Everything, I think. I'm not so easily fooled as my father. I knew there was something wrong with that matchmaker from the start. Eventually, I figured out his game. The same way I figured you for a harmless dupe. You are, aren't you? Only if I get to go with you. Ashtad's plan was brilliant. A bit flawed, but brilliant. He probably would have gotten away with it if I hadn't tipped off my father. He lives the life I want, traveling the world and having exciting adventures. Sorry, I haven't got them. But I could get them if you can distract my father and the ungodly for a few minutes. My father and his bruisers are at the upper sparring ring, through the far tunnel. Why don't you go just don't kill him, all right? He may be an ox's arse, but he's still my father. Thank you. I'll grab the keys and free Ashtad while you distract the camp. Meet me outside our entrance tunnel after you've challenged my father. I am quite sure you'll survive.
Back, are you? It's your funeral. I knew you couldn't be trusted. Now I get to take it out of your hide. What? How do you know about that? It's an unwritten law. Fine then. Go ahead. Watching the boss kill you isn't as good as doing it myself. But it's close.
How much gold did you take from my daughter's dowry? How full are your pockets, you snake? Stop! I yield! I admit defeat! Can't beat me.
You defeated Wilder? He's been our leader for years. This isn't right. You're not even an ungodly. The rules might say that we have to swear loyalty to you, but to oblivion with that. We're bandits. We break the rules. No, I won't fight you, but I won't kneel to you. The others won't either. In fact, I suspect they're just as likely to cut you down as they were before. Wilder is the leader of the ungodly, and you are an enemy. I would leave if I were you.
My father, does he live? Good. As you can see, I have Ashtad. With my help, he might even become a good swindler someday. Anything would be better than staying in that camp. It's difficult to be the daughter of a man known as the Ungodly.
Can you believe Sarvia Atwilder agreed to join me? I've been a one-man act till now, but she's a bright lass and will make a great partner. And she still holds the key for this chest.
I've done all that I can. Tuatha guided your footsteps here at the perfect moment, sister. There is a Shaba work to be done. The Withered Hand has taken over the port. The situation is strange, though, to say the least. The Withered Hand launched a surprise attack against Tava's blessing. They killed everyone and everything, even the livestock. The strange thing is, they have not raised the dead. I do not know, but I fear they planned something terrible. Prince Azah and his men are barricaded in the warehouse at the eastern edge of town. He may have learned more about what these fiends are planning. You should go to him. I hope the prince has learned more. I believe the Withered Hand has brought one of the Ansei wards here, and that does not bode well. You were at Tuatha's throne, were you not? So, you know that as well as anyone. I wish I could tell you. Faherajad's naval shipyards are here, but I cannot imagine why the Withered Hand would care about that. I hear these were sacred grounds back in the days of the Ansei. Perhaps that is what drew the Withered Hand here.
From the side!
Irresponsible. Completely irresponsible. Finally! Someone who's not running the other direction. I had no idea I was rubbing elbows with so many feckless cowards. A few necromancers show up, and everyone jumps ship. Literally. To just up and abandon this project? They should be ashamed. Only the most important military advancement in the Second Era? These ships you see here? I designed them. They're going to revolutionize naval warfare. But not if we lose the designs. The workers ran and just left them on the ships. The Covenant's pride? Rancer's regret? The Bell of Balfiera? The designs just sitting on the decks. A Dominion spy could steal them. For the sake of the Covenant, will you help me get them? I'm glad there are a few of us left who know the meaning of courage and loyalty. You'd make High King Emmerich proud. Look on the decks of the 3 ships. The designs should be there, unless they've already been stolen. Where do I begin? Thicker masts, extra backstays, a narrower keel, lighter ballast. The list goes on. The real battle changer is going to be the reinforced hull, though. No one's going to be able to sink these babies. No one. It's the perfect place. Not many people know about the docks here. It's not exactly a regular port of call. We can build the ships without too many prying eyes.
It is an honor to meet you. Prince Azar has told me of your deeds in Sentinel, and I know you have General Thoda's respect as well. With you here, I think our chances of surviving this have improved tenfold. Thank you for bringing me this message, albeit the Scholar's apprentice was lost to me in the fighting. Regrettably, I fear that young Shiri was most likely slain. Of course, until you arrived, I believed we would soon share her fate.
I heard the commotion out there, and somehow I knew it was you. I can't tell you how good it is to see you, my illustrious friend. As you can see, we are in dire straits here, and it's on the verge of getting even worse. That fiend Alasan is here. With Huafa dead, he has the withered hand dedicated to his own twisted designs. He seeks power. Reason they aren't raising these people. It's because Alasan plans to turn himself into a lich. He has corrupted one of the Anse wards. He's using some kind of necromantic focuses to channel energy from the dead for a ritual he's conducting in the lighthouse. He says this ritual will make him a lich. Will you help me stop him? I believe it's best to destroy the focuses first. Alasan's minions have been piling the dead around them, and they seem to be channeling energy for the ritual. Destroy the focuses, then go to the lighthouse and find a way to disrupt Alasan's ritual. When we arrived, the necromancers had already killed everyone. We snuck up to spy on them, and I saw Alasan. Evil has twisted his features, but I knew him. He was ranting about this ritual to become a lich. We attacked, but you see how that went. Yes. He and Huafa both, since we were knee-high to a dune beetle. We studied together, but they were always sadistic, obsessed with death. That was before their father turned, of course. If only we had killed them all back then. My father sent me here because he feared the Withered Hand might target our navy. I don't think that's why they came, though. It seems that many centuries ago, this was the home of one of the Ansei who sacrificed themselves to create the wards. I suspect it has something to do with Alasan's plan to become a lich. If this is where the Ansei was born, perhaps Alasan had to bring the ward here in order to corrupt it. That's just my theory, of course. Not good, I'm afraid. Rumors about the Ansei wards being stolen run rampant, and every day there are new reports of risen dead. The Crowns and some forebears are calling for my father to step down. There's even talk of rebellion.
You've come too late! The ritual has begun and you cannot strike me down! You are the one who killed my brother Uafa, are you not? I will grant that you are likely a formidable foe. But once I become a lich, I will burn you to cinders. There's nothing you can do to stop me now! The ritual has begun, and I am already bound to the Ansei ward as it is bound to me! If you strike me down, the blade will be shattered!
You broke the Ansei ward. You think that will stop me?
I am not finished.
After so many centuries, it is a wonder I can still be surprised. I could not abide the necromancer corrupting my ward, but I was powerless to stop him. Your actions have shattered the blade, but you made the right choice. You have my gratitude. Shattering the blade was the only way, albeit there were consequences. Necromantic energy was released, causing the dead of Tava's blessing to rise. The necromancer himself is not a lich, but he has become a powerful spirit. No, he cannot be slain now. There is a way, but I am fading. With the ward broken, my strength wanes quickly. I will presently go to the far shores unless you can reforge the blade. We need the gods' favor. For Tava, capture the desert wind. For Morwa, get the milk of a goat. And for Zet, gather the earth from a fallen warrior's grave. With these elements, reforge the blade. Then bring it to the Onse Shrine.
You are undone by your own heroics, dog. I may not be a lich, but I have an army of undead. You will die, and then you will join my army.
Whatever they are planning, they must be stopped. That much is certain.
Meddled with my affairs long enough. It is time to end this.
Yes, the time has come to end this evil.
What are you doing here? Your ward is broken, Ansei. You are no threat to me.
Now, take the ward and use it to trap Alasan.
What are you doing? No!
I feared that after all these years, my sacrifice would prove to be of no avail, but you performed admirably. We cannot kill that necromancer, but he will trouble us no more. He became some kind of specter, and he bound himself to my ward. But that allowed me to imprison him within it. He is contained now. The important thing is that the ward is restored and can again protect the Alik'r Desert. For that, I thank you. I sense that the Third Ward is in the greatest peril of all. The sibling of the necromancer who came here is far more skilled in the dark arts, far more dangerous, and far more ambitious. The sibling I speak of has not been slain, and has possession of the third Ansei ward, but I cannot sense its location. Despite our victory here, the Alik'r Desert is still in danger. Whatever has befallen, you must recover the third ward. I do not know, but trust your destiny, for it will lead you where you need to be. First, though, you must secure my ward. Find someone you can entrust with its keeping. I sense that we will meet again. May the gods watch over you until then.
I would like to speak with you, but I must finish reading this first.
What foulness is afoot now? The dead have risen? I thought Alasan was purposefully not raising them. Are we too late? Has Alasan made himself into a lich? He's not? Oh, we should rejoice then! That bastard! I relish the knowledge of his defeat. Without him, the rest of these necromancers do not concern me. Not in the least. What of the Anse Ward? Do you have it? And you brought it to me? That's quite an honor. I promise you, for as long as I live, it will not fall into enemy hands again. Now, only the final Anse Ward remains. But if Uwafa and Alasan are gone, who has it? Another sibling? Who could that be? Wait, Satura did have another child, a very young daughter. I remember her now, nipping at her brother's heels. I do not remember her name. Somehow we must find her, though.
I think I know where to find the third Anse Ward.
I cannot tell you how relieved I am to hear that the Anse Ward is safe. I will summon other Ashaba to come here and help clean out the rest of these Rana too. You must go after the third Anse Ward.
It seems the necromancer Alasan underestimated you. I was hiding outside the lighthouse. After you disrupted the ritual, I went in and found Alasan's notes. I think I know where the Withered Hand has taken the third Anse Ward. Hunding's Watch. The Withered Hand is seeking out the birthplaces of the Anse who forged the wards. Just as Alasan did here, they can use these locations to corrupt the wards. The third Anse, Halela, was born near Hunding's Watch. I am sure of nothing, but this is my suggestion for where you should begin your search. There is a wise woman in Hunding's Watch, Priestess Sermon. Perhaps she can give you more insight. Since both Alasan and Uwafa have been dealt with, the Withered Hand may be considerably weakened. Perhaps the third Anse Ward is closer at hand than you realize. If the gods are with you, I believe you will recover it quickly. Yes, and he passed along your message. Though I'd much prefer to stay here, I will return to Master Zorre in Bergama shortly. I only wanted to share what I discovered with you and Prince Azah first. I could spend hours telling you about the role the Third Ward has played in history, but I would only put you to sleep. All you need to know is that the Withered Hand has it, and Hunding's Watch is the best place to start your search. Don't you? You've foiled their plans here and at Tuwaka's throne. You defeated both Uwafa and Alasan. I would imagine the Withered Hand is in considerable disarray.
smack take, you Covenant filth, you... These damn necromancers and this whole damn desert. If my sword arm weren't broken, I'd skin you like a netch. Of course you are. Those Swits weren't smart enough to get these before they fled, and I knew that. I planned this perfectly. I stole the designs fairly, and by rights, they should be mine. I do. And as much as it shames me, I am going to beg you to let me keep them. Where I come from, when you're sent on a mission, you're expected to succeed. The price for failure is unthinkable. Morrowind, I work for House Telvanni. You should know that the Ebonheart Pact is as much my enemy as it is yours. You should also know, if I don't return with these ship designs, they won't just kill me, they'll kill my children as well. House Telvanni does a great deal of trade by sea. These designs, the reinforced hulls, would make our ships invincible. I cannot delay here any longer. I beseech you, for my children's sake, let me take the designs. You're ruthless, you know that? I suspect I might do the same in your boots, though. Take the damn designs. My death and the deaths of my children will be on your hands. Watch your back. We may come and haunt you.
Quickly and efficiently, young one. I appreciate that. Did you recover all the ship designs? That's a relief. I'm surprised, to be honest with you. I'm almost certain that spies have been watching the town, and I thought for sure they'd pick this moment to swoop in and steal the designs. Did you see any evidence of anything like that? I knew it! I saw a dark elf slinking around the docks all suspicious-like just the other day. If she had made off with these designs, it could have kept us from establishing naval superiority. Good thing you stopped her. Well, if there's one thing I know, it's that you, my friend, have done your duty here, and then some. You covered the behinds of all the cowards who abandoned the place. The Covenant needs more people like you. I mean that.
the Withered Hand sent me here to die, I'd quit him.
Another sacrifice.
I already told you, you flea-bitten. Oh,
You're not one of my captors. Have you come to help me? The name's Paldine. A band of Khajiit kidnapped me. They're forcing me to decipher the Yokuden runes on the relics they're looting. Damned grave robbers. Thing is, I think I've discovered something valuable down here. More so than wealth. I have a feeling that this is more than just another Yokuden ruin. It's massive, and the runes I've seen hint that something vital awaits inside. I need to get into the sealed inner chamber. Would you be willing to help me? Let's get moving. The ruins are just up ahead, and they won't investigate themselves. Just think, I might be the first to see them since the Yokuden. The first scholar, anyway. My captors wouldn't know a Yokuden ruin from an Imperial vault. It's rather embarrassing. I went out to meet my, lady friend down by the West Gate. Next thing I knew, someone dropped a sack over my head and knocked me out cold. When I woke up, I was a prisoner. They cleared away a cave-in from the North Passage, and there was the city. Of course, the first few that entered were skewered by traps or eaten by scarabs and gargoyles. This serves them right. Most of my people prize strength of arms and a sharp sword. I prefer scholastic ability and a sharp wit. We should get moving. They check on me pretty often. Yokuden constructions frequently feature descriptive tabs for pilgrims. With any luck, we'll find one still intact. Look at this. Give me a moment. This is extraordinary. If I'm reading this correctly, the Natotembu are buried here. Those were the ancient kings of Yokuda. I think I know what we need to do. Come speak to me when you're ready. This is incredible. I'm surprised the Khajiit didn't ask me to translate this text. It's not encrusted in gold or gems, so they may not have recognized its value. According to the tablet, the eyes of Yokuda are here in the city. Legend has it that these 3 gemstones open the door to the Yokuden archive. If I'm correct, the archive might hold the fabled cartulary of the tamed dunes. It's a legendary tome that contains knowledge carried over from the land of my ancestors. You think Red Guards are survival experts? The Yokudens forgot more about steelcraft and desert survival than the Red Guards ever learned. The tablet mentions 3 areas: the Gauntlet, the Lair, and the Ruin. I don't know what those are, but they don't sound very inviting. Watch for monsters and traps. You'll probably find both. When you've got the eyes, meet me by the archive. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Thank you for making this possible, my friend. Now let's move. This ruin isn't going to study itself. Just remarkable.
You have done well, but you must still prove yourself worthy to claim the cartulary. This place is lost to time, Wanderer. You could never understand its significance. I am the vestige of a king chosen to serve on the First Council. We came to Volenfell long ago and thought it our duty to tame this wild land. Why are you here, Wanderer? What makes you worthy of such a relic? Any common thief could make it this far. Only someone truly worthy may take the cartulary from its resting place. The warrior wave of our fleet, the Great Regatta, sailed to this land in ages past. We are a people of strong and noble heritage. To earn our respect, you must succeed at a trial of combat, of kingship, or of bloodlines. Choose now. This trial is not for you. You are not a descendant of the Regatta. Was it this Paldine who overcame the dangers? Who battled the Guardians? Who risked life and limb to stand before me? No. You are the focus of these trials, not Paldine. The Regatta brought fear to Volenfell's shores. Breton, Orc, Nord, and Elf alike trembled at our battle cries and the prowess of our sword saints. To prove yourself worthy, you must best this challenge. The cartulary is yours to claim. Farewell, Wanderer. We shall not meet again.
Magnificent. That couldn't have gone better. I'm taking this straight to King Faharajad in Sentinel. It will take time to translate all of this, but the results will be worth it. You made this all possible. Thank you, my friend. This is going to change the fate of my people, friend. I'll take this to Sentinel immediately. Oh my, I'm not sure I can think that far ahead. So many variables. What will the King's reaction be? What sort of staff will I be given? How many academic summits will I be asked to speak at? So many variables. To be honest, I don't know. But it was guarded by the ghost of an ancient king. Things like that tend to be important.